Imagine donating a kidney to a friend to save their life, but within hours, their immune system destroys it as if it's an invader. Why does this happen? This happens because your immune system doesn't trust gift. Welcome to the world of transplant immunology, where your body becomes your biggest enemy. Let's start. Now, before we move ahead, I will advise you to see my previous lecture or MHC to form a base. I have mentioned the link, okay? So we'll start with the very basic definition. Now, transplantation simply means transferring of grafts, that is, living cells, tissues, or organs from one place to another to replace something that's damaged. Now, this one place to another can be within the same person, okay? Within same person, for example, if I have a burn, if the skin of my forearm gets burned, so what I can do, I can take skin from my thigh, I can transplant it. Okay, so it's within the same person, or it can be between two different individual. Okay, two different individual. Like there is transplantation of kidney, there is transplantation of liver. Okay, the one who gives is the donor. The one who receives the transplant is the recipient. Clear? So the donor is the one who gives and the recipient is the one who receives. Now, we all are blessed with something in our body which defends us. What is that? That is immunity. Okay? Now, your recipient also has immunity, especially the recipient's immune system, especially the T and the B cell. Okay? They are like the immune police. Okay? Now, what does the immune police do? They are designed to protect the body from anything which is not its own. Okay, its job is to recognize what belongs to the body and what doesn't. Okay, so when an organ or a tissue from a donor is transplanted, the recipient's immune system, the recipient's immune police examines it very carefully. Okay, and once it examines it carefully, it finds it has some finding. What is the finding? The finding is that the donor organ has antigens. The donor organ is made up of antigen. Now these antigen are made from the donor's gene. Okay, and because the donor and the recipients are genetically different, the donor's genes are not recognized by the recipient's immune police. The recipient's immune police, the recipient's immune system, it considers this donor graft as a foreign pathogen. Just like a bacteria or a virus is foreign to this immune system, same way it considers this graft as foreign and it gets activated and it attacks this graft. It rejects the graft. This is called as graft rejection. Okay. Now, during the whole lecture, we'll understand the mechanism, the classification of grafts and why the rejection occurs. Okay. Now, let's see what are these foreign antigen which I keep talking about. These are known as transplant antigen. These are the antigens which are present on the donor tissue that triggers an immune response in the recipient. Clear? Now, the most important transplant antigen is the MHC, major histocompatibility complex molecule. Now, just like every Indian citizen has an Aadhaar card as a proof of their identity, every cell in your body also carries an Aadhaar card. That is the MHC molecule. It's a proof that they belong to you. Okay. Now, just like how Aadhaar card is unique, no two people can have the same Aadhaar card. In the same way, no two people can have the same MHC. Okay, it's not possible. It cannot happen. Why? Because MHC molecule are genetically determined. Okay, like my genetics determine my MHC molecule. Your genetics will determine your MHC molecule. So that's why no two people can have the same MHC molecule, except now there is one very important exception, that is identical twins. Okay, why identical twins? See, identical twins, also known as monozygotic twins, are formed by the division of the single fertilized embryo. So since it is formed by the division of the single fertilized embryo, they will be genetically very similar. Hence, same MHC molecule. Clear? Now, because of all of this, they are the main determinants of graft rejection or acceptance. Okay? Even a small mismatch in MHC can cause graft rejection. Now, bigger the mismatch, faster is the rejection. That's why we do something known as tissue typing before a transplant. Tissue typing before a transplant helps us to see the compatibility between the donor and the recipient. Okay, how close is the match? Because we know bigger the mismatch, faster is the rejection. Okay, now the second important transplant antigens are blood group antigens. ABO and RS systems are also important for organ and tissue transplantation. Now, a mismatch here can cause immediate rejection due to preformed antibodies. See, think of it like this. Your donor has blood group A and your recipient has B, blood group B. Now, donor's RBC will have A antigen. Clear? Recipient's RBC will have B antigen. Now, but recipient's blood has something else also. According to Landsteiner law, recipient's blood will have anti-A antibody. Okay, so when the transplant happens and this RBC also is transplanted in the recipient's body, this is destroyed by this A antigen on the RBC will be destroyed by the anti-A antibody. Clear? Okay. Now let's move ahead. So since we understood how genetic relation, the difference in the genetic relation affects transplant and the recipient and the transplant and the everything, we'll classify the transplant based on the genetic relation. Okay, the first one is autograft. Now, autograft, that means tissue from one part of your body to another. It is within the same person, means you are the donor and you are the recipient. Clear? It's like taking skin from thigh to cover a burn on your area. Okay, your immune system is very happy. Why? Because it is genetically identical. There is no chance of mismatch. Everyone is happy here. It is the safest form of transplant. Next transplant is your isograft or syngenic graft, the twin graft. It is between genetically similar individuals like monozygotic twins. Remember the term genetically similar individuals, that is monozygotic twins only. Here your immune system is confused. Okay, it's like you're copying yourself. Why? Because they are genetically very similar. They have the same MHC molecule. So here the chance of rejection is nil to very minimum. Clear? This is also a very safe kind of graft. Now, not everybody is blessed with a twin and autograft cannot work every time. So let's see what happens actually in the real world. In real world, we have allograft between two different individuals of the same species, like one human donating a kidney to another. Now, this is what happens in most transplant center. Now, you see what is happening in this picture. When you are taking a kidney, an organ, any graft between different individual of the same species and doing the transplantation, this is the recipient's immune police, the T cells and the B cells. What are they doing? The immune police, they are getting suspicious. They are like, there is something which doesn't look right. Now they are getting sensitized. They are planning an attack. To prevent the attack, we have to give them the chill pill. We have to give them immunosuppressive drugs. इम्यूनोसप्रेसिव ड्रग क्या करेगा? आपके इम्यून सिस्टम को सप्रेस करेगा. इट विल आस्क देम टू रिलैक्स. हर बात पे डिफेंसिव होने की जरूरत नहीं है. दैट इज हाउ allograft work. Okay, now the last type of graft is xenograft. Xenograft means, xeno means stranger, so xenograft is cross species between two species, like a baboon heart in a human or a pig heart in a human. Now here the genetic mismatch is huge. See, in allograft, when it was two different individuals of the same species, your immune cells were getting suspicious. Here it's a between species, between different species. What is your immune system reaction? The immune system panics. It goes in an instant rejection mode. Clear? So these are the classification of transplant based on genetic relation. Now let's quickly revise this. Autograft is self-love, safest, always accepted. Then is isograft, syngenic graft is rare because identical twins are rare. It's in identical twins. Now allograft, one which happens in the real world. It is most common and this needs a chill pill, the immunosuppression. Then we have the xenograft. It's mostly experimental between two different species. Clear? Now, this is the part where you get lots of MCQ, this classification of graphs. So I'll just give you few scenarios to help you understand how to approach the question. Now, if you get the question like this, that this man is suffering from renal failure, okay? Now he is suffering from renal failure and he needs an urgent kidney transplant. And now the only family he has is his daughter, and his daughter lives in a different country and has flown from another country to come and give her kidney to her father. She is a genetic, she is the match. Once we did the tissue typing, she is a match. She is a very close match and they already have a very close bond. They are the only family they have, and all these long questions you will get. They'll ask you, what kind of graft is this? Based on the genetic relation, what kind of graft is this? Now, you think about it. Is this an autograft? It cannot be an autograft, right? Because autograft is transferring between the same individual within one own cell. This is not happening. Is it an isograft? No. These are not identical twins at all. So it's not an isograft. Sorry, that's also not an option. Is it a xenograft? No, it's not a xenograft. Why? Because they are from the same species. So what is left? This is an example of allograft. Okay? Always remember, when the transfer of graft is between a same person, is within a same person, it's autograft. If it is between two identical twins, only identical twins, is isograft. And two different species is xenograft. Apart from that, in the question, if you get anything else after that, be it father, mother, brother, sister, neighbor, anybody who is a match, all of them comes under allograft. Clear? Let's see another scenario. These two are also twins. Now these two are non-identical twins, dizygotic twins. So if this one needs a kidney transplant and this one is giving her a kidney, what kind of graft is this? Classification on the classification of graft, what kind of graft is this? Is it an autograft? No. Why? Because it is not within the same person. So again, this is a cross. Now, is it an isograft? What did I tell you about isograft? Isograft happen between genetically similar individual, between monozygotic twins, identical twins. These two are not identical twins. Dizygotic twins are not formed from the division of the same fertilized embryo. They are formed from two different embryos. So, they are not genetically similar. They don't share the same MHC. So, isograft also cancel. Xenograft, obviously, because they are from the same species. Again, what is left? Allograft. Clear? You will get these kind of questions a lot. Just you have to see for the key points in the question. Okay. Now, last, what are these two? Again, they are monozygotic twins, identical twins. So, for identical twins, you have a clear-cut answer: isograft or syngenic graft. So, remember the type of graft based on genetic relation is axis. Always remember this: autograft, allograft, xenograft, isograft, also known as syngenic graft. Clear? This is very important part. Okay. Now let's move ahead. Classification based on site. Now, graft placed at their normal anatomical site is orthotopic graft. Okay. Like heart transplant in chest, because heart ka normal location chest hai, or skin graft over the skin, because that's their normal anatomical site. That is orthotopic graft. Now, graft placed in an abnormal site, that is heterotopic graft. I'll explain it to you. See, this is orthotopic. Heart is being placed in the chest cavity. This is a normal anatomical site. Now, what is an abnormal site? You see, where is your thyroid tissue normally? Thyroid tissue normally is in the neck. But in case of cancer of head and neck, this patient has to go through a radiation therapy which might affect the thyroid gland. So what we do, we transplant the thyroid in the different anatomical site in the forearm, in the subcutaneous pocket of the forearm. Okay. Even the site is different, it will still do the function. Such type of graft is called as heterotopic graft. Okay. We have orthotopic graft and we have heterotopic graft. Clear? Now, let's move ahead. Now, what is the mechanism of all of this graft rejection? Okay, see, this is the recipient. This recipient is having a renal failure. Okay, and this is the donor. This is the recipient, this is the donor. Now this is the donor's kidney actually. Okay. So this recipient is in a renal failure and she has just received a new kidney. See, this new kidney is very happy, the recipient and a family is very happy. Then still, why do we have this graft rejection? The graft rejection is because everyone is happy except your immune system, your immune police. Your immune police cannot be fooled. Why? Because it considers the donor tissue as foreign because of the difference of the MHC molecule, the different Aadhaar card. Your immune police scans this, it finds it to be different from them, different from the recipient's MHC. What it does, it gets activated. It gets activated and it rejects the donor kidney. Okay. Now the mechanism of graft rejection is divided in two phases. First is the sensitization phase, then is the effector phase. In sensitization phase, what happens is your immune police, that is the T and B cell, it gets exposed to this foreign antigen. Okay, it realizes that something foreign has entered the body, and what it will do, it will start planning an attack. So the whole planning of this attack is the sensitization. What is the effector phase? Effector phase is this full on war. When you attack a full war on this donor graft, then it is effector phase. Clear? Let's see the sensitization phase first. Now sensitization phase is again divided in two parts, direct and indirect. Now I'll try to make it a bit easy. It's a bit confusing, so try to understand what is direct sensitization phase. Now again, this is the donor kidney and this is the recipient, okay. Now the recipient has received the donor kidney because of the renal failure she was in. Now she has received the donor kidney. Now sometimes what happens with the donor graft, with this kidney, the donor's antigen presenting cell will also get transplanted to the recipient's body, in the recipient's body. Okay. So what will the antigen presenting cell of donor will have? The antigen presenting cell of donor will have donor ka MHC molecule on its surface, right? क्योंकि वो donor का है. So now after the transplant, your immune police, the T helper cell, will come to scan this. Ki what is this thing? What is happening? And just as it scan, it will directly scan this donor's antigen presenting cell without it going through some other channel. ये directly donor के antigen presenting cell को पकड़ के scan कर रहा है. उससे क्या होगा? Directly there is acute rejection, instant rejection. Your T helper cell gets activated directly and in a very quick, बहुत ही जल्दी ये मतलब रिजेक्शन हो जाता है. इट्स कॉल्ड acute rejection. Okay, this is direct presentation of the sensitization phase. Next we have indirect presentation. Now indirect में क्या होता है? See, now again we have the recipient and we have the donor. Now this recipient body will also have खुद का MSC. Recipient also have their own recipient also has their own APC, okay, antigen presenting cell. Recipient के पास भी अपना antigen presenting cell है. Now इनके antigen presenting cell like macrophage, what it will do? It will go and it will degrade the antigen on this donor tissue, okay. It will degrade the antigen or the donor tissue and it will present the, after degrading it, eating it, degrading it, decomposing it, it will present it on its own MSC molecule. ये recipient का antigen presenting cell अपने MHC molecule पे इसको present करेगा. फिर जब T immune police, the T helper cell, recipient's T helper cell comes across this and it will see that the antigen presenting cell is presenting a foreign antigen on its surface. If it's confusing, think of it like this. Think of it that now imagine that the recipient's antigen presenting cell has married donor antigen. Okay? So now what has happened is after they got married, the recipient's antigen presenting cell has married the donor antigen. Now the recipient's antigen presenting cell is showing this donor antigen on her own Aadhaar card, on her own MHC as her husband. Okay, since they are married, this recipient's antigen presenting cell thinks it's okay to show donor antigen on its own Aadhaar card because they're husband and wife. It is showing it to the immune police, to the T cell. But your T cell is not a fool. It's not having it. It instantly sees this and get activated. Now, since it's happening indirectly, okay, why? Because it is happening because of recipient's antigen presenting cell, and it takes time for T cell to figure out what is happening. It leads to something known as chronic rejection. Clear? Understood? डायरेक्ट में क्या हो रहा था, डोनर का एंटीजन प्रेजेंटिंग सेल इन्वॉल्व था. इनडायरेक्ट में, इफ यू एवर फॉरगेट इनडायरेक्ट प्रेजेंटेशन, जस्ट रिमेंबर देयर मैरिज. recipient का antigen presenting cell married donor का antigen. Now they are trying to do a fraud. What they are trying to do? They are trying to pass this donor antigen on the Aadhaar card of the recipient's antigen presenting cell. Okay, so immune police saw this and got activated. Chronic rejection. Clear? Okay. Now these two were the sensitization phase. Now let's see the effector phase. What happens in the effector phase? Here the recipient's immune system has now gotten sensitized. They understood that something is not correct. Something foreign has, something foreign has entered, and now they have planned. After planning, this is the T helper cell. T helper cell has become sensitized. They have planned everything, and now they are broadcasting signal that is cytokine. Cytokine are chemical messengers, so they are broadcasting cytokines. They are broadcasting interleukin 2. They are broadcasting interleukin 2, 4, 5, and 6, and they are broadcasting interferon gamma and tumor necrosis factor beta. These are the few cytokines which your T helper cells are broadcasting in your effector phase. Now, this interleukin 2, 4, 5, and 6 is doing what? Stimulating the B cell to produce antibodies. Interleukin 2 is activating this cytotoxic T cell to go and kill the foreign antigen. And sometimes the T helper cell gets converted into delayed type hypersensitive cell, which releases interferon gamma and tumor necrosis factor beta, which activates macrophage. Now, all of them combined together will do what? They will destroy this once happy donor and donor kidney into a sick one. It is rejected. Understood? Clear? This is what is happening here. See, this is the sensitization phase. ठीक है, सेंसिटाइजेशन फेज कितने टाइप के होते हैं? 2 टाइप के. डायरेक्ट में क्या हो रहा है? सी बोथ ऑफ देम इन्वॉल्व एंटीजन प्रेजेंटिंग सेल. सेंसिटाइजेशन फेज इन्वॉल्व एंटीजन प्रेजेंटिंग सेल. डायरेक्ट में क्या होता है? इट्स डायरेक्ट डोनर का, डी फॉर डोनर, डी फॉर डायरेक्ट. डोनर्स एंटीजन प्रेजेंटिंग सेल and donor MHC carries the allogenic MHC antigen. Okay, allogenic MHC antigen means जो ग्राफ्ट है, जो डोनेटेड, जो ट्रांसप्लांटेड ग्राफ्ट है, उसके एंटीजन को वी कॉल एलोजेनिक MHC एंटीजन. सो द डोनर एंटीजन प्रेजेंटिंग सेल हैज द MHC antigen and it will present it to who? To the T helper cell. Now the T helper cell gets activated. It releases interleukin 2, interleukin 2, 4, 5, 6, activates cytotoxic T cell and B cell. Now this one is the effector phase. Clear? Now indirect presentation. Indirect presentation में क्या हो रहा था? Recipient's antigen presenting cell is getting activated. Recipient's antigen presenting cell is the one which is involved. It is recipient's MHC carries allogenic peptide antigen. मतलब recipient का जो antigen presenting cell है, that also has recipient's MHC that is carrying the allogenic. That means the transplanted antigen. It is carrying. Remember, after their marriage, they try to pass it off as the husband on his own Aadhaar card. This is what is happening here. So after this interaction, this indirect sensitization, what is happening in the effector phase? The T helper cell gets converted into the delayed type hypersensitive cell, which secreted interferon gamma and tumor necrosis factor beta, and it activated macrophage. Okay. Now this is what happens, sensitization phase, direct and indirect. We have antigen presenting cells and T cells. Outcome is T cell activation. Effector phase, we have delayed type hypersensitive cells, cytotoxic T lymphocytes and antibody. Key cells involved are CD4, CD8 and B cell. Outcome is graft destruction. Clear? Now, let's see the types of rejection which is there. First is the hyperacute rejection. What is hyperacute rejection? It occurs within minutes to hours. It's hyperacute. It's very fast. Within the moment you transplant, the moment you put the transplant, it happens within minute to hours. And the main reason is this. Always try looking for this whenever you get an MCQ, preformed antibodies. Okay. Now what happens here? See. Here, host antibodies that react with graft endothelium and causes hyperacute graft rejection. How? Now, this is the person who has a defective kidney, and this person is the recipient, and it has received a graft from the donor. Okay. Now, the pre-existing antibodies against donor antigen. Now, you see this pre-existing antibodies is already in the recipient's body against the donor antigen. Why? It can happen in three cases. First scenario is that this donor had already, given blood to this recipient previously due to some reason. Okay. Then they have a pre-existing antibodies and they were not a match. So still that's why there was a pre-existing antibody. Second, the same donor has previously transplanted a different organ to the recipient. Then also, since they were not a match, so there can be pre-existing antibodies. Third reason is that this donor is the child of this recipient. So now we'll go back to when this recipient was pregnant. What happened in the pregnancy is if both of them were of different blood type, okay? So while delivery, what happened was there was mixing of the blood. So from the child, the mother got some antibody. That is, the recipient got few antibodies which was not significant at that time. But when they got older, the child donated their organ to the parent, to the recipient, and the recipient already had antibodies. Understood? That's how we got the pre-existing antibodies against donor antigen. What they will do, they will bind onto the endothelium. What endothelium? The endothelium of this graft. Now, whenever you are transplanting a graft from the donor, especially the kidney, what happens is these grafts come with their own blood vessels, and then you connect the blood vessels to the recipient's blood vessel and you ensure a flow of blood. Okay, so sorry. Okay, you ensure a flow of blood. So the pre-existing antibody against donor antigen bind to the graft vascular endothelium, to these blood vessels, to donor's blood vessel, and initiate inflammatory response and will do what? Occlude the blood vessels. So blood supply will be cut off and there will be a dead graft, leading to graft failure. This is hyperacute graft rejection. Understood? Clear? Let's see the second type. Second type is acute. It takes days to week. The type of pathway is direct sensitization pathway. What was happening in direct sensitization pathway? What was responsible for direct sensitization pathway? D for direct, D for donor's antigen presenting cell was responsible. It was presenting its own donor's presenting cell. Donor's antigen presenting cell was doing what? It was presenting its own peptide on the MHC molecule and showing it to T cell. So T cell becomes activated. Okay. So you see what was happening? Donor's antigen presenting cell, donor MHC carrying own MHC antigen, and the direct presentation to T helper cell, leading to the activation of cytotoxic T cell. Now the cytotoxic T cell directly damages the antigen. It directly damages the parenchymal cell of the graft, leading to the cell damage. And it also activates B cell. The B cell releases antibody, and these antibodies damages the endothelial cells, mostly the blood vessels. This is acute. Acute means due to direct sensitization, direct presentation. Clear? Next, we have chronic. Chronic take months to year. Chronic is due to indirect sensitization pathway. What was happening in indirect sensitization pathway? Indirect pathway, recipient's antigen presenting cell recipient का antigen presenting cell was doing what? Recipient's antigen presenting cell degraded donor's antigen. It degraded donor's antigen and presented those on its own MHC molecule. Remember, they both got married and they tried to pass donor's antigen as recipient's husband on her own MHC card. So, when the T cell, your immune police, came for a checkup, they realized no, this is not happening. So, this is a chronic rejection. Okay, chronic rejection, indirect pathway. The T cell then got converted into delayed type hypersensitive cell, which released interferon gamma, tumor necrosis factor beta, which led to this fibrosis of the smooth muscle. So there is chronic DTH reaction in the vessel cell and smooth muscle cell proliferation and vessel occlusion, leading to arteriosclerosis, fibrosis. It's like a slow vascular strangulation. धीरे धीरे vessels का गला दबा देना. Okay. Now, this is what was happening in direct presentation. Clear? Now, acute rejection versus chronic rejection. Timing: acute take days to week, chronic takes month to years. Main cell for acute is CD8 cytotoxic T cell and antibodies. Chronic is mostly CD4 T helper cell, which gets converted into delayed type hypersensitive cell. Mechanism: direct cytotoxicity plus inflammation. Chronic is cytokine mediated fibrosis. Effect: acute rejection is necrosis of graft. Chronic is arteriosclerosis and fibrosis. Acute rejection reversibility is often treatable with immunosuppressants. Chronic rejection is irreversible. It doesn't respond to treatment. Okay. Now let's see types of rejection. It's a quick revision slide. Types of rejection. First is the hyperacute. It takes minutes to hours. Mechanism: preformed antibodies. So it's the main cell involved is preformed IgG antibodies. Second, acute, take days to week. There is activation of T cell. That's the, and new antibodies, but activation of T cell is the main mechanism. Main cell, cytotoxic T cell, helper T cell, but cytotoxic T cell is the most important one because it is directly damaging the parenchymal cell of the donor antigen. Clear? Chronic, it takes months to year. It is cytokine mediated fibrosis and vascular thickening. What is the main cell? Helper T cell, which further gets converted into delayed type hypersensitive cell. Okay, clear? That's it. I hope I was able to help you to understand. Thank you.